Hello there, welcome back to the Ogre, the old Git Reacts, Reviews and Off Times Reminiscences. Today we're doing Angelic Process. I had no intention of doing Angelic Process today. I was doing a different artiste altogether. But I'd like to claim technical difficulties stymied that. But no, it was me getting old and forgetful and not knowing what I'm doing. I'm making a hash of things and it all going pear-shaped. So I was going to sack it off for the day, but I had my Bandcamp page open and scrolled down a wee bit and noticed this album, Weighing Souls with Sand, which I've not listened to for quite a while. And I thought, yes, this will do. I'll pick a song from here. And I've picked my favouriteest off of here, We All Die Laughing. And so this is a song we're going to listen to. I know very little about Angelic Process. I understand that they don't fall into any particular genre. They sort of defy categorisation as some bands do. But I know very little else other than the fact I like them. So let's have a listen to We All Die Laughing, which quite apposite for these times. Those of you like me who are used to heavy music in whatever form that may be are quite used to those sort of intros being followed by an avalanche of sound and form an ordinary cue to come up with synonyms for an avalanche, because that crashing in of guitar and noise deserves far more synonyms for avalanche, to tsunami, whatever, than I can think of. But it is a huge break of sound, up there with the best of gentle intros followed by All Hell Breaks Loose. And it's heavier than the heavy thing, isn't it? It's really heavy music. Yes, it's not fast, but of course heavy doesn't acquaint necessarily fast. In fact, the faster you get, the less heavy things get very often. But yes, it doesn't get much more chunky than that, really. The anguish and torment is obvious, isn't it? You'd be hard pressed to find a song that conveys emotions like that anywhere. I mean, even your depressive black metal sort of stuff. The vocals on that don't come anywhere near, as far as I'm concerned, to the torment in the vocals here. Going back to the music, it struck me literally as listening that the way I describe the music on here is there's a big wave surfing place in Portugal. Is it Navarra? Something like that. I can't remember exactly. But the music here reminds me there's great big Atlantic rollers coming in, the size of container ships rolling in and then breaking at the very end. That's what this music reminds me. You know, if you ever got in front of it, it's going to wash you away and pulverise you. Even these less intense moments still have a weight to them with that distortion in the back. There's few bands I think that meld melody with heaviness as effectively as this. Going back to that Ocean Breakers analogy, the melodies in here are like those riptides, you know, that that ripple through the front of these ocean breakers. And thinking about the heaviness comes in various forms in music, doesn't it? But it's sort of the heaviness here reminds me of the lava flows on Hawaii, where they're just, when you see them sort of slowing down and just about to turn from liquid to solid, the heaviness reminds me of that point in between, the, you know, liquidity and being solid. And you know, it's as dark and fuliginous as that lava tends to be. So there you go. Interestingly for me, the ending of the song contrasts with the beginning. I know it's been in intensity of sound. During the vocalization, it was clear the torment and wretchedness was plain to see. And then towards the end of this song, I think it wasn't at all clear what emotions were being conveyed. Probably a mix, to be honest, but I couldn't particularly tell whether those emotions conveyed hope or despair. Although, of course, it's entirely possible to convey both in parts. But a deeply emotional song, and I suppose if you take on board the torment in this song and others on the album, what came after is maybe no surprise, but I'm not qualified to comment because I don't know enough. Enough to say though that the intensity there is probably as intense a song you're going to get. I know there's different forms of intensities, but that is one intense song, and the emotions, as thick as crude oil, and stick to you in the same fashion if you ever get stuck in it. I think I say a great deal more because it's a song that does look at the emotions, and it sounds like a very deeply personal song as well for those that created it. And suffice to say that I shall listen to this probably time and time again when the feeling's right. Okay then, so enough waffle. Do the clicky bollocks if you want, and I'll catch you all next time. Cheerio.